to Geekology. I'm David Tabria.
And I'm Sven Harley.
And for the next 25 minutes, I'm going to be mocked. Well, that tends to be what
Educating David.
Educating David. Always good fun. Okay, so this is going to be a Bumblebee special? Yeah? Okay.
There's only one yellow transformer here and it's not Bumblebee.
I know, but I like the yellow transformer that's here. Alright, so now I know that this isn't all of your primes.
No.
So, because I've seen all of his primes in collection. So what are these particular primes?
Right, what we've actually got here, essentially, is the Generation 1 primes.
Okay.
Plus the homages to the Generation 1 primes.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if we quickly go over the specific ones, here we have the 1984-85 original Optimus Prime,
Right.
which was essentially a reissue with different stickers of Battle Convoy from Diaclone.
Yes.
Okay. As that mould was also used for Ultra Magnus in a way, because in Diaclone they created Powered Convoy, which had a different trailer, but we'll come back to those in a bit. After he was killed off in the film in 1996.
Yes.
He then came back as Power Master Prime. Now, that's the normal robot mode of Power Master Prime. Then he combined with this trailer to form which is basically that. And in Japan, he was called Jinrai, and a second trailer called God Bomber, which then formed onto that to create that. Okay.
Yeah, it just looks like you've got a hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil of Transformers going on.
Now, there's God Bomber in his robot mode.
Yeah.
Now, when they reissued Power Master Prime in the States in this packaging, they actually took the Japanese reissue of Super God Jinrai and created a character around this mould who turned out to essentially be Roller, which is pretty cool.
I know about that one.
Yeah.
Because I asked a silly question at an auto assembly and somebody spent a long time explaining to me why there is a human in a suit that controls the robot, which sounded very Gundam to me at the time.
Yes.
But I was assured, no, definitely Transformers.
Yeah, it's Master Force. So basically, a load of what would have been Transformers in the Western version of the story were known as Transtectors. They're essentially
exosuits.
They're mechs.
Okay, they're mechs.
They're mechs. Okay. So basically, his partner was Jinrai, who was a human who basically got an exosuit armor set.
Right.
Has a pair of bracelets to get them, which he brings together. And then he basically becomes what we saw as Optimus Prime, but was in fact Jinrai. Or
yes, because nothing makes more sense than, hi, I'm a transforming robot from another planet in the middle of fighting a war with other transforming robots from another planet, but you puny human, you can wear me like a suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because nothing will help you fight more than something else.
Now, what was interesting is in the West, he was Optimus Prime and came with a partner called Haikyuu.
Haikyuu.
And he was as a Power Master, basically Haikyuu was his engine. So what Haikyuu did is he bulked up on food hugely, ate and basically produced power for Optimus Prime.
Human batteries.
Human batteries, yeah.
Right, so this whole sugar tax, the government are betting, what they should really do is, you know what, we can power iPhones and Transformers.
Yeah,
okay.
Basically. Now, what was interesting is in the comic, Optimus Prime was destroyed by Unicron in this form, but his essence had merged with Haikyuu. So a character called the Lost Autobot found Haikyuu and recreated Optimus Prime as the Action Master from him. Just
okay. Yeah. Do you remember that Robot Chicken episode where Batman just went, "Listen, I'm not doing any more of your funerals because in a week you'll find an amulet and medallion. We'll go to another dimension and pull back another." It was that.
Now,
okay.
Because in Japan it wasn't Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime himself actually did come back as Star Convoy, which is this one. And he came with Little Micromaster Horror.
Which I have to say, that's
cool.
kind of cool.
Now he's actually motorised, so he can roll around and all sorts of wonderful and fun things. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, what we've got there, we've got Masterpiece MP01 Optimus, which is obviously a homage to the original one. And then MP10, which is even more of a homage to the original one.
Yeah, but the MP10 is plastic, where the other one is die-cast.
Yeah, absolutely. And then amongst here, we've got all sorts of spin-offy versions of them.
I remember getting you this.
Yeah.
I can't remember where I was, but I was at a weird toy shop, sweet shop, and I was like, Sven's gonna love this, and you looked at this and went, how is that?
You got me Megatron as well, didn't you?
Yeah, there was a Megatron as part of that.
So there we've got the Chupa Chup spin pop, whatever you want to call it.
What's this little one right there? What's that?
That's a Creo.
No. Next to the
these
Creo.
guys.
Next to the Creo. That one there.
Oh, that's.
I recognise Creo.
That's the Robot Heroes sort of play schooly one.
Okay.
For little kids.
And the
little kids.
Stacky ones behind it?
They're Koro-Q ones.
What's a Koro-Q?
They're basically super deformed Japanese weird stuff.
Oh, okay.
So
Thank you for the succinct explanation.
But there's two different versions there. You've got an anime one and a normal one with slightly more metallic paint.
Okay, same mould, different plastic.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
We've got Transformers Junior Convoy here, which is basically Optimus Prime as a mini version of himself.
Right.
Which came with a cardboard trailer.
I like the ones that come with the cardboard trailer. Oh, hang on. That one came with the cardboard trailer?
Yeah.
Is that the one that sits inside the polystyrene and there's 3 in the box?
Yes. Yeah, so it came with...
I've seen that. The packaging for that one.
Packaging's round there if you run the back, if you want to look at that.
Oh.
There we are.
Oh, okay. You see, now I remember seeing this one on your toy cabinet and thinking, awesome.
So
the only trouble is you can't mooch in your toy cabinet because you go to move a box and suddenly there's an avalanche of stuff.
But what else we've got here? We've got sort of like the vinyl ones there and another vinyl one there and a little vinyl.
Now, are they vinyl tech or are they just vinyl?
They're just vinyl. They're just basic statuary things.
See, now I hate that.
Yeah,
I'm not being funny, because Transformers is definitely your thing. But Transformers that don't it's in the name.
I know, absolutely. We'll come back to that as well in a second. We've also got Classics Optimus Prime here, which is from Chug, which is sort of like Classics, Henkei, Universe and Generations, which kind of all got clumped together.
Okay.
There's actually another Generations Prime, which is less like the G11, which is a Voyager size one. But he's still all Optimus Primes are homages to him in a way, the original one in a way, but these are the more closely related to him. And there we've got the Robot Masters one, which is essentially...
I like that because of the paint job on the
Yeah, it's got an awfully nice paint job. He's essentially a small version of him, the Masterpiece 01 one. So that's quite fun. There's a Legends Optimus. That was from... this was actually, we refer to it as a Chug toy, but it was never actually in one of the Chug lines. It was in a spin-off from the film lines, just to be really confusing. And they've just reissued this one as part of the Transformers 4 toy line. Oh, okay. It's one of the entry-level toys. But he hasn't got the rub sign in this one has, even though the back of the packaging says he has. It's just got a black Autobot logo, which is just bizarre. And then we've got the Hybrid Convoy, which is, if you feel the weight of that, considering the size of him, die-cast. Really nice intricate version of Optimus. Well, Convoy in this case. Proper trailer, roller with him. He even comes with a stand because one of the accessories he comes with is a rocket pack based on one of the early episodes of the original TV shows.
Oh, I thought that was a sticker. It says that's actually paint.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is really nice there. Yeah.
The biggest problem with that
and the hand's got the proper articulation point.
You've got multiple different hands you can swap out as well.
You can swap out the hands on them?
Yeah.
Okay, this one is lovely.
Yeah, the only problem with him is the truck mode is awful. It's got a big indent in the bottom of the truck mode. It looks really terrible. But in robot mode, it's absolutely stunning.
Did they do many from that, or did they do them all?
They only ever did 2 moulds, which was Galaxy Convoy, which is essentially Cybertron Optimus Prime, which is lovely. It's a wonderful little toy. And this one, and they also did a repaint of this one in black, which I still haven't got. I'm sure I'll get eventually at some point. And rounding off, we have World's Smallest Optimus Prime. Well, World's Smallest Convoy. And World's Smallest Ultra Magnus. That's quite fun. But as you'll notice, there's several variants on the very original Optimus running around.
Yeah.
Now, quite fun.
Optimus Prime.
Yes.
I know he's a homage, but he shouldn't be in this. He shouldn't.
Oh come on! He's clearly Generation 1 Optimus rather than the film one.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then you've got the bubble bath as well.
You know what? Yeah, I like. You see, now you know what I like that. Mainly, it's really strange. The only time they released some really big Lego figure bath things, which I thought were great, but the only time I ever really got excited about them doing bathroom ranges, they did some really cool Trek ones, but it was the Muppet stuff they did in the 70s, because they actually did the characters carved out of soap, and they were really nice. You still get them in the boxes. Now, talking about really nice, the thing that caught my attention, and I got to admit, if I didn't know how much it cost, I'd have one just kicking around in my toy cabinet for a joke. It's that yellow Prime. He's amazing.
Right, okay, well, let's pull him out.
Explain the story for this one.
And we'll try and explain what's going on now. I better bring out his cohorts as well. He was only really released in parts of Europe, and a few actually made it over to the UK.
Actually, I've got to admit, I kind of like the red on the figure.
Yeah, it's quite intriguing, isn't it? It's something a little bit different, which is quite nice. And then you've got, much later on, there was this, which was actually a homage to a mail-away version of Optimus.
The Pepsi.
The Pepsi Convoy. Well, this is a Pepsi Convoy. There was a Pepsi Optimus Prime released as well, not that long ago, which has slight changes because the Pepsi logo is underneath the image on the American one, whereas on the Japanese one it's above. Very strange. That's actually a homage to a mail-away version of Optimus Prime from 1986, where you actually ordered him as a Pepsi promotional version of him, and he came in a white styrene, in a plain white box, but he had Pepsi stickers with him. There was actually a variation on that running around where he was in the original box and the stickers were stuck to the box. But yeah, there's a couple of variations.
But more importantly,
yes,
the yellow.
Okay, Ultra Magnus. Everybody's going, that's not Ultra Magnus, that's a white Prime. The original toy was essentially Powered Convoy. Okay, Powered Convoy being Battle Convoy in blue with a new trailer that combined with the main robot. Et voila! This isn't actually a Powered Convoy. This is an Ultra Magnus reissue in the colours of Powered Convoy. Now, if you have a good look on the internet, on YouTube, you will find there is a trailer from the original Transformers movie from 1986, a very early trailer where Ultra Magnus is in these colours.
Okay.
Which does look awfully strange. Because the scenes are slightly different as well. There's slightly different angles and there's slightly different things happening. So there we go. That's Powered Convoy to all intents and purposes. But the original Powered Convoy toy actually came with a buggy that went in the back of the trailer. So he transforms into the car transporter everybody knows is Ultra Magnus.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go with Ultra Magnus now, which is.
And I have to say, its colour schemes go. Oh, that thing is hideous.
That blue could have done with being darker.
It really
like it was in the show.
Don't get me wrong, I'm fine with white, red, and blue.
Yeah, not that blue.
That blue.
That's understandable. There is
Tell
actually.
me in the series it was different.
It was a darker blue.
It was dark.
Yeah. Even in the comics, it was much darker blue. There is a masterpiece one of this coming.
Japanese comics or English?
Oh, English. No, I'll go with English every time. Well, English straight American. But we got Ultra Magnus way before the States did in the comics because we had Target 2006 and all this kind of stuff going on. So that was pretty cool. So there we've got what we know as Ultra Magnus.
Yeah.
There we go. Now, as I say, there is a masterpiece one of that coming, which is MP22.
Ah, no, here we go. Transform this one up because I love this thing. This is awesome. Okay, for viewers who don't know that I'm slightly strange, I have a real thing for perspex in many different colours and forms, especially when they do things like crystal Xboxes and stuff like that, and the crystal Game Boy, which I have in several colours. But this is awesome!
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Just get his feet down.
I just love the fact that they made that. That is just so cool. Now,
Shame I didn't bring 5 good Scott Jingle with me.
Now yellow in the suit like that, there's got to be more of an explanation than this yellow for it to be done in perspex. So
Well,
is there a story
basically
to this one?
the storyline is that Magnus gets powered up, and this is essentially the version of him that's over-energized or something like that.
Oh, so in an animated series where they would show like a glowing force field, they decided to do it out of perspex.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, I love the fact that they even put the perspex helmet on. I mean, that is awesome. It really is.
He has got another nickname in the fandom,
And
which I
the
cannot
gun
repeat
as well.
here. You can imagine.
Oh God, you didn't tell me, just bleep over it.
I won't use it's urine Magnus, shall we say.
Right, okay. Now, I personally just think that is so cool. I'm surprised they didn't do that in a series of colours.
Well, this is the thing, Optimus himself, this is, a lot of people don't see Ultra Magnus as anything but that. They don't see the White Prime mode, because it was only ever the G1 toy that ever did that, and it was only ever one comic he ever actually split down into the White Prime version. And further versions of Ultra Magnus that have appeared in other TV, other shows and other versions of Transformers don't have an uncombined form. It's just that's Magnus, so which is a bit of a shame for me because I like the White Prime idea and the fact that that's his battle armor. So yeah.
Now the other things that caught my attention when he was setting these up. Tell me the story behind this, because I recognise the toys, but I've never seen them in the box.
Well,
so
these were essentially sold as individual kits, essentially in Japan.
Yeah.
And then you could buy the display box later.
Oh right. Okay.
So which
that would make sense.
You would build them and then, or semi-assemble them. And then put them in that display box, and then obviously you've got an Optimus Prime there. His chest opens up and you can get a Matrix inside it, which is pretty cool. Which is the reason he's here. Yes, but then you've got reissue after reissue after reissue after reissue after reissue after reissue of the original toy, which is quite cool actually. I mean, there's the original packaging for the UK and the States. These are variations on the Japanese packaging. You'll notice the artwork's different. We got a different Optimus Prime artwork to the Japanese one.
Yeah, I've got to say he looks far more like Megatron in these colours.
Oh, in those ones, that one particularly, because he's Big Battle Prime basically.
Yeah.
I'm going to kick your ass Prime, but not kill you Prime, unlike some other Primes. But so you've got multiple Japanese reissues there. That's the Encore one, which was done for around about the time the first live action movie happened. Right. You've got the 15th anniversary one, which is around about the same time as Robots in Disguise came out, which is Car Robots in Japan. Underneath him is a black one, the actual Black Prime there, which is quite cool. Which wasn't the first Black Prime. The first black one was actually one of the Beast Wars toys, and then they basically retrofitted that whole idea into G1 and so on and so forth. And right at the bottom is a New Year 2002 Prime, which came with an Action Master being painted more accurate colours to match the TV show, and actually came with a die-cast Matrix. Which was quite cool.
So, as toys go, what's the worst Prime? As toys, not as anything else, as an actual toy, which one of these sucks the most?
I'm going to get beaten for this.
No.
I would say Star Convoy.
Star Convoy, okay.
Because he's not all that posable. I'll move shining yellow Magnus out of the way. So
I like that one. Move one of the others out.
Okay, I'll move normal Magnus
out. Move that one out.
If I buy normal Magnus, we'll leave Power Convoy there. Yeah, because he's just not got...
Hang on. You hold that and we'll pull this one out for the camera for those that... Now, you're going to say it's not posable, but I know that it's motorised and it moves, so there's the playability in that.
It's a bit of a brick though, let's be fair.
Well, yeah, but on the other hand, for the age of the toy, what it could do, I'm going to discount that as being the worst, just because the novelty value of it actually being motorised for the time that the toy was made. So what would then be your next choice?
Well, actually, to be honest, let's forget the fact I said that. It's an Action Master. I don't have a truck form.
Ew.
It doesn't. To be honest, it doesn't even qualify as
okay.
a pride in my head.
This is a really cheap and not very nice looking toy. I have to say that.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be a rocket scientist to see that this does not transform.
Yeah. It came with a truck and trailer that turned into a battle station and a jet.
What? He sat in it.
He sat in it.
How did I guess that?
Okay.
Alright. Okay. Now, I'll tell you now. You cannot say masterpiece.
Okay.
I ask you the next question.
G1 original.
What's the best? Okay. Just
to be honest, he beats the masterpiece for me.
Why?
Because he without that wouldn't exist.
No. I didn't ask that. I asked as a toy, which one is the best in your opinion? Because obviously I know that a lot of people that do watch the Transformer ones are very passionate and love how ignorant I am in these things. So
now the thing is that the original Optimus Prime basically made the range.
Yeah, but I didn't ask you.
Yeah,
that. I didn't ask for the history.
That's because of what he was as a toy.
Yeah, but what is the best of all? So he's still the best
still
toy.
The best one, because at the end of the day, he's the one with the roller. He's the one with the repair base stroke battle station. He's the one that, he's got a really good robot mode. Okay, he's not hugely posable, but for 1984, he's actually decently posable because he's got quite a lot of movement in him. And this is the thing is that he sticks in your head. There's no way you're ever going to get that out of your head. And the truck mode is fantastic. And the fact that you roller ejects out of him and so on and so forth. The fact that they made it very clear on the toy packaging that this was all part of the same character. Yeah. And the fact that this was Optimus Prime
still
just
part
remotely.
Because didn't they do one of the Primes where that was a separate character that was nearly as big as the trailer?
Well, kind of. That's kind of what they did with the retrofitted into God Jinrai when they made him Power Master Optimus Prime with Apex armor. It was basically Roller became the second trailer. Right. Essentially, when they called him Apex Bomber in that, and then he combines on to Optimus to create Apex armor.
So, bearing in mind that obviously things fluctuate massively depending on time of year and which country. What does a G1 Prime in reasonable condition with okay packaging go for these days?
Well, this is the thing. It's been reissued so many times that you can pick one up of the reissues reasonably easily, and they're not. And the thing is, it's basically the same toy. There are slight regional variations where, for instance, the UK and the stateside reissues don't have the long smokestacks for a little while, which is a bit of a shame, but it doesn't detract from the playability of the toy, certainly. But because there's so many reissues, you can pick them up 50, 60 quid without too much difficulty. Okay. Sometimes even sealed for that kind of price if it's one of the reissues. What you do have to be careful of is the fact there's so many copies of this running around. Yeah. This has been counterfeited left, right and centre, and there's completely see-through counterfeits. There's counterfeits of the black one in this packaging style. Yeah. The packaging is actually wrong on the counterfeit, but you have to be very, very careful and look very, very closely to notice it's wrong. Okay. So you have to be very, very careful with that. If it's a reissue, you're actually probably safer going for a Japanese reissue if you can track one down, because the Japanese reissues haven't been copied as such. They don't copy that packaging. They copied that packaging. So you're pretty safe if it's in Japanese packaging. It says, that's the Encore one. That's the last reissue. Yeah.
So in the grand scheme of things, which one of these primes would be the most common one to see?
Well, even though he was the original, it's got to be normal G1 Prime.
Really?
Yeah, because he's been reissued. I mean, this is the thing, is even in 84, 85, they were producing so many of them because this was the #1 selling toy.
Yeah.
I mean, that was it. The rest of it probably would have been the #1 selling toy if just Prime was out, because this toy sold huge numbers,
yeah,
to the point where there are actually so many variations on the cab and the trailer from different people manufacturing it from different versions of the mould. You can have a collection of just G1 Primes in there, all the variations. There's some with metal plates in the trailer and some without, and some made by CG Revell and some made by Takara themselves and some made here, there and everywhere. There's so many variations on the 84, 85 one, and then you have the mail away in 86 one, you have reissues from here, there and everywhere. We actually had an exclusive UK European reissue in a gold box as part of the original Classics range in the early 90s. You then had him reissued for the 15th anniversary in Japan in 2000, and then that just exploded. He just got reissued and reissued and reissued and reissued. In fact, I'm absolutely gobsmacked he hasn't been reissued this year for the 30th anniversary. That's the biggest shock of the year.
Well, I suppose they don't really want to reissue this close to the film.
Well, yeah, but this is the thing, is that for one of the film releases, I think it might have been the second one, they actually did a box set of the original Prime and the movie Prime, who shared a trailer. Which was bizarre. So I'm absolutely gobsmacked it hasn't been reissued this year, but that's the 25th anniversary one, which is quite cool. That's from the States. We did get it over here, but we got without the video in. And this has actually got a DVD in it of
Whoa, that box is not going to let you do that.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
I'm watching that top box. Oh yeah, you got it.
There we go.
There you go.
So in there we've got the original issue 1 of the comic.
Yeah.
Which is quite cool. The DVD's in there of the original 3-part episode pilot, and
Megatron must be stopped.
The proper voice.
The proper voice. Not Janitor Prime.
No, not Janitor Prime.
Because there was a
okay, no. I know the Janitor Prime story, but there are people that might not.
Masterpiece MP01 Optimus Prime Convoy was reissued 3 times in the West.
Yes.
There was an American one that was sold as 20th anniversary Prime, which had slightly different decos from the 20th anniversary Prime we got a year late, because Hasbro UK were convinced that Transformers didn't come out in the UK until 1985, until someone waved a catalogue in their face from their predecessor, because Hasbro Europe, Hasbro UK didn't actually exist in 1984, which is why they thought it didn't come out until 1985. And then there was a 20th anniversary of the film issue of him, which is in quite an orangey colour, and came with a base, and literally it's as if they just found some random guy to do the voices, because it's certainly not Peter Cullen.
I just love the funny look I got in the toy shops, pushing the buttons next to the phone so you could tell me which one it was you wanted. Is it this one?
Well, this is
no,
the funny
okay.
thing. It got a little bit worse for the 2007 film, because there was do you remember the voice changer helmet?
Yeah, I remember.
Did you know there's 3 different versions of it?
I do.
Because I made you check them, didn't I?
Yes,
yeah.
you did.
There's a voice changer helmet with Janitor Prime. There's a voice changer helmet with Gary Chalk, which is Optimus Prime or stroke Optimus Prime from Armada, Cybertron, Energon. And then there was one that was actually Peter Cullen, who has been playing on Prime in the new movies as well as originally and in the original movie.
Okay, one of the real quick and silly question.
I am Optimus Prime.
I'm sorry, I have to.
Autobots,
Has to be done.
transform and roll out.
Yeah.
This Prime,
Yeah.
in front of the cab,
Yeah.
has the 3-tone colour
Yeah, that's one I
sticker.
added on myself.
Oh, I was about to say that one's
No,
got
no,
the
no.
one sticker I really like. How come none of the others
you
have
have
it?
to go hail repro labels for that one.
Ah, it's a
That's the only
repro
reason it's
label.
on there. Yeah.
It's really cool. How come they never did that for them? I know they did the colour changes, but the colour changes were a cheat. Even I know this story. That was to stop the counterfeits.
Yeah.
They put the colour changes on
Yeah,
because they
back
didn't think
then they were
other...
incredibly difficult to
Yeah.
copy.
Which, again, I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so because I remember doing it to your early one. Like,
I mean, this
you
is
do
the
it
thing.
for it,
That version of the logo, which is on the original packagings, really was just a packaging idea. It was to go with the word logo,
Yeah.
with the multicolours in, and as you see from later versions, it always reverts back to the red logo on the white or silver background, because that's what it really
But I actually say I do prefer that version. It's kind of stylish.
It is quite cool. It's very, very cool. That's the kind of thing you have in a t-shirt.
Yes, and the kind of thing you do have on t-shirts.
Yes, I do.
Alright,
So, yes,
okay, let's see. Is there any other really silly questions that... See, I can ask all the stupid questions because I know I'm not going to auto assembly this year. I got a get out of jail free card. We double booked events. So he will see you at auto assembly and I will see the rest of you at the Discord events. Mind you saying that, considering who's watching this video, probably not going to see many of them at the Discord event.
Until we do a Discord one.
Well, there is that.
But
okay, right.
But there we go. We've got reissues. We've got Prime. It's Prime. Optimii everywhere.
There you go. So prime time it is.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. And if any of the characters in Transformers ever embodies the entire line, it's him. Yeah. To be fair, if you see Optimus Prime, you know who it is. Doesn't matter who you are on the planet. You see Optimus Prime, you know who he is. To a degree, it's like seeing the Enterprise. Which one is? Any of them, because it's like disc, tuna cells, body, Enterprise. So yeah.
Well, I think that about wraps it up. This was all part of the Transformers month here at Geekology, which links in with the movie review, so please make sure you watch that. You can subscribe to us here on YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and of course there is the official Geekology website. In addition to that, we have the Bring the Yellow Back to the Bat campaign. We're hoping lots of people will join that because, you know, it'd be nice to have the logo the way it should be. In addition, we've got a couple of live events. The first one, well, technically they're at the same time, so auto assembly for the Transformers fans. We have a Discord event for the Terry Pratchett fans. In addition to that, we have First Contact Day.
Next April.
Yes, that one's looking good. There are still tickets available for that as well.
So there's links below for everything. So
lots and lots of links.
Best toy ever.
Best toy ever.
Best toy ever.
Good night.
Bye.
That wraps that up then. Thank you very much for watching. You can subscribe to us here on YouTube. You can follow us on both on the Facebook and Twitter. This was part of the Transformers month, so make sure that you watch
Best toy ever.
Yeah. We need to reshoot this.
I don't care. It's Prime.
Okay.
Sorry.